Welcome to your dose of Democrat cringe. We have amazing amounts of cringe from Kamala Harris and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Felicia Crockett, two black queens, and they are brave and they are strong and they are intelligent black women and they are lawyers. You're about to see a really smart lawyer. Let's start out with Jasmine Crockett. She doesn't even know what a crime is, guys. Listen to this.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why
it's not a criminal.
Because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations.
Did she just say the robbers? Jeez. She's a lawyer, guys, so she's better than you. She knows everything better than you guys. So according to lawyer Jasmine Felicia Crockett, it's not a crime if you do something illegal. Let's check Google really quick. Oh, it is a crime, actually. What else do you call it, Democrats? Like, literally, what is it called if you do something illegal? If you don't want to call it a crime. And this is how Democrat brains work. Let's see more brilliant stuff from Jasmine Crockett. She's saying that Kamala Harris is way more qualified than Donald Trump. Listen to this.
Kamala Harris, light years ahead of Donald Trump as it relates to qualifications, as it relates to her overall resume, and as it relates to the fact that she was a lot younger. Everybody said that they wanted to get rid of Joe Biden because he was too old. Then you had a younger, qualified, non-felon candidate, and somehow the people still chose the old white man.
Yeah, it's Donald Trump that's the racist, not Jasmine Crockett, who's calling people the old white man. Imagine if we said the dumb black woman who's representing, I like that he says they're low IQ. That's actually pretty funny. That's base Trump right there. Jasmine Crockett says that, Kamala Harris is light years ahead of Donald Trump in terms of her resume. Okay, her resume is what? Being an attorney general for California where there's tons of crimes and nobody's enforcing the law. Being a senator from California, the stupidest state in the entire country. Being a vice president for dementia Joe Biden. These are qualifications. These are resume makers. We saw her campaign. We saw that she couldn't answer any questions. Everyone was embarrassed by her. The first black woman that you ran to be president was the dumbest person that's ever run for president. And that includes Joe Biden there. I said it. The only thing Kamala Harris is good at is losing to Donald Trump in elections. And she said it herself and she was bragging about it. Listen to this.
Closest election for president of the United States in the 21st century.
Wow, I know that's real.
You lost, though.
Did that.
And a Howard grad did.
I can't take it, guys.
Oh my God.
A Howard grad did that. A Howard grad lost in the closest election. Was it the closest election, really? It wasn't close. It wasn't close when they stole it from Donald Trump, when they stuffed all the ballot boxes and all those illegal things that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube because they'll ban our accounts. Just kidding, YouTube. I love YouTube. Kamala Harris is the best at losing really close elections in the 21st century. A Howard University person did that. A brave black queen did that. Give her some respect. Let's see what Kamala Harris sounds like when she's on The View talking about what she did as a vice president. Yikes.
This person.
Say his name.
And what we just saw in terms of a presentation at the United Nations. I talk about it. I talked about, remember in the debate?
Yeah.
They laughed at him the last time he was in front of the UN.
Yeah, this time.
Oh my gosh, they laughed at Donald Trump. Wow, it would be really embarrassing, Kamala Harris, if people laughed at you, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, that would never happen, right? I mean, it's not like you have any gaffes anytime you open your mouth. It's not like you sound drunk and go off on mindless platitudes. It's not like you're super, super cringe and that's why you couldn't get any votes or get anybody to show up at any of your rallies or get anyone to endorse you. You are a laughingstock, Kamala Harris. You are the last person, literally the last person that should be talking about getting laughed at. Yikes, Democrats. Have some self-awareness.
Look at, did you remember just about, I don't know, several weeks ago, that meeting with Xi and Kim Jong-un and Putin? Yeah. You think they're not laughing?
They laugh at you.
As they create a new axis of partnership. What's happening? You bring people into the Oval Office. I have spent a lot of time in the Oval Office.
Doing what?
I have spent time in the Oval Office with the president,
you said that
receiving
already.
our allies and our friends from around the world. And
like
consistently, we have seen Donald Trump bring people into the Oval Office, be they a United States governor or the head of a state of a friendly nation.
What is she saying?
And embarrass them and ridicule and demean them. That is not what a president does.
Oh.
This individual who occupies our White House right now
Not your White House.
has
yours.
decided that he will be an emperor in his mind.
You're in his mind?
Who will demonstrate his power by demeaning and belittling and making people feel small. But this is...
Oh, you would never belittle and demean anybody like you're doing exactly right now. It's so funny. They can see all of the bad things in Trump, but they can't see them in themselves. It's a mirror. Everything you accuse Trump of is what you're doing, Democrats. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you're just suffering from a mental illness where you think you're like the most righteous person in the world because you vote for Democrats. It's truly something else to watch Democrats be so proud about how loving they are. Meanwhile, their lives are literally dedicated to bashing Donald Trump and Republicans for their entire life. Have some self-awareness, Democrats, please. Let's listen to Jasmine Crockett talk about how MAGA is the one responsible for all the violence.
The violence doesn't come from Democrats, just to be clear. I mean, obviously anyone can be a criminal, but it is MAGA. It's specifically MAGA faction. Like, I don't think traditional Republicans are getting engaged in all of this, but like, even when we look at, and they don't talk about the assassination attempts anymore that took place with Donald Trump, but these were Trump supporters, right? As well as this most recent situation, they tried to flip it and say, oh, the leftists, or I'm like, this doesn't even make sense, right? But it's only like MAGA that does this.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, this is crazy, guys. We have a problem with Donald Trump supporters trying to assassinate Donald Trump. Is that what the Democrats are going with now? Yes, guys, of course. It's the problem of MAGA killing other MAGAs. That's the big problem. Do they actually believe this, or are they just massive liars? Who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? I feel like they've deluded themselves into believing whatever the heck comes out of their stupid mouths. She didn't drop one statistic, by the way. She goes, yeah, it's all MAGA doing this. Yeah. And make no mistake, it's not the traditional Republicans. Who the heck do you think is MAGA? Do you think rhinos are traditional Republicans? No, they're Democrats that sold their soul to stupid Democrats. They're not. Here we go on to the next one. Let's see what Kamala Harris has to say about lowering the political turmoil rhetoric in America. Listen to this.
At a time such as this, it demands one thing for sure.
For sure.
We must fight fire with fire. So CBC, let's get to work. Thank you.
Get to work. You heard it from Kamala Harris. Get to work. Go fight fire with fire, guys. Guys, it's the MAGAs that have a problem. All she's saying is let's fight fire with fire. I mean, that's not like that's inflammatory, like literally inflammatory. You have been fighting fire with fire. That's why you're shooting at all of our people. That's the problem. That's what we're talking about. You're doing plenty of firing. How about you stop fighting fire with fire? Why don't you start fighting fire with water or something else? Because fire isn't working. You're shooting people dead. You're creating a lot more problems, and you're somehow feeling more righteous than us, even though we're the ones that are literally getting shot by you guys. This is seriously something else. Guys, I have one more clip. It's Kamala Harris going blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you, let me prepare you. She's eating pizza. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not allowed to talk about Gates and pizza, if you know what I'm talking about. She's eating pizza, and they're literally talking about passing around little babies. I'm not kidding. Check this out.
You know, one of my favorite things to see, and it would always happen spontaneously.
They're eating pizza.
At our rallies, and thousands of people would come.
No,
and
that's not true.
It would happen is invariably somebody would want me to take a picture or to hug their child.
Uh-huh.
And someone in the back would hand that baby over through the crowd.
Up to you.
People who would
bless the baby.
But pass the baby.
See?
This is creepy.
And then pass the baby back.
Pass the baby back.
What?
And I don't know. There was something about that when it would happen. I mean, I could get very emotional about it right now. But
I'm emotional thinking about this.
I believe that we should always feel that, the children of the community are the children of the community.
Yeah.
What the
of
heck
all
are you?
Of us.
What?
That,
our next leaders, our next thinkers,
and that we all participate in caring about that child.
Yeah.
And in caring for that child.
Yeah.
What?
And there was just something about that.
And seeing the baby travel from the parent.
Yes, and the parent trusted the stranger.
Did you just hear that? The parent trusted the stranger. They're taking their babies. You're supposed to teach your babies don't talk to strangers, but apparently Democrats pass their babies to strangers. And it's such a beautiful moment, just passing babies around while we eat pizza, wink, wink. I don't know what's going on with the Democrats. Look, I just want to leave it at like they're just incompetent and they're stupid. Okay, I'm okay leaving it there. But when she's talking about passing around babies while they eat pizza, and you notice she didn't eat any pizza. She wants it out there as a symbol to say, this is what I'm into, wink, wink. They're passing around little children. Yikes. Listen to this next part.
Seeing the baby travel from the parent.
Yes, and the parent trusted the stranger that was next to them, who trusted the next person, and all of them as though it was their own child.
Yeah.
There was something so magical in many ways about that. And
no, the word is sick. The word is sick. If you trust a stranger with your child and then you trust the stranger to pass your child on to another stranger and then another stranger and then on and on and on, you might be a Democrat. That is creepy. That is weird. We are not raising other people's children. We're supposed to be protecting children, not eating pizza at pizza parties with the Epsteins and with the Clintons and with the weird people around their campaign. No, that's actually not protecting children. If you cared for children, you keep them away from John Podesta or the Podesta brothers. They're both creeps. This is beyond creepy. And you know what? Honestly, Kamala Harris, you have a child with Doug Emhoff. Well, you're kind of step raising his daughter. She doesn't even shave her armpits.
Oh my God.
I don't know if she goes by they. I want to respect his, her pronouns, whatever the heck she is, they's pronouns. But they doesn't even shave her armpits. And you want to parent our kids? Why don't you look at Joe Biden? Why are you trying to parent our kids? Why don't you help Joe Biden out with Hunter Biden? I think our kids are just fine without Democrats trying to raise them and pass them around to all the homies. Yikes.
Magical in many ways about that, and about affirming, about you can create an environment where people feel safe.
The kids don't feel safe. The baby's being passed around by their mothers and a bunch of strangers. They don't feel safe. You ever think about the kids, Democrats? Not really. We know how you roll. We're waiting for Donald Trump to roll on this. We've been wanting him to go after these people that are passing around the kids and eating pizza, but he's not doing anything, and I'm not happy about that.
And feel a sense of communal responsibility and community.
Yeah.
No.
Many of us had the blessing of growing up where, the neighbors were watching out for all the kids.
Right.
It was a neighborhood.
They were. Your
Yeah.
neighborhood was the community.
Right.
Was
And
the tribe.
there's so much about where we are right now that has caused people to feel alone or to feel outside or to feel like they don't belong.
What?
And this was just the opposite of that. And I hold on to that. I talk about that kind of thing in the book, and I hope that
what a boring book.
There is something about what I've written and shared that reminds people about how we all felt, because we're still those same people.
That part.
And we can't let
not that
circumstances or one election.
I can't take it anymore. Shut up. Shut up. I can't take it anymore, friends. I told you I would give you a healthy dose of Democrat cringe, not an unhealthy dose. You can't watch too much of Democrats. Your IQ will go down. Your mental health will get worse. You will need antidepressants. You will need other things. Friends, we've had enough of these Democrats. We heard Jasmine Crockett. We heard Kamala Harris. Praise the Lord every single day that we didn't get Kamala Harris droning on, another woman droning on about, oh, listen to me. I'm a woman. I'm an Indian and a black woman. Listen to me. I know what to do. Talk to me. She is beyond horrible. Jasmine Crockett hopefully gets voted out. I don't know what the heck these voters are thinking when they look at these Democrats. But thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. We're going to do more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.